Kingdom Mindset YouTube channel. This video is the first of 7 videos titled "Is the Pre-Tribulation Rapture a Chemical Balance or Imbalance?" Now these videos are meant to be watched in sequential order just because each video builds upon the previous one. So make sure you watch each one in order before casting judgment. Our emotions are dictated by the chemicals in our mind, and we see the world as our mind perceives it. That is why Jesus' first words in the Gospel of Mark were repent. Or, as the Greek defines it, change the way you think. Or let's put it another way, change the chemical imbalances in your mind. A biblical mind is a chemically balanced mind. There's 3 main words I want you to get from this first lesson here, or kind of have an understanding, would be chemical imbalance, trigger word, and dopamine. First word, definition of a chemical imbalance is too much or too little of any substance in the body that helps it to function normally. While it can apply to any imbalance of any of these substances in the area of the body, the term usually is referred to imbalances in the brain. Trigger words or phrases are those that cause a listener to feel strong emotion because of a previous experience. While the phrase is used in a number of different ways, we're using it here, as many people now do, to refer to words or phrases that trigger memories and emotions. These chemicals in our mind are the result of what we believe about ourselves, others, or even our worldviews. What we believe about ourselves, others, and our worldview is what we see, even if it's not totally accurate or rational. Their chemicals are also released when we see the world with gratitude and thanksgiving. If we believe we are blessed, we will be thankful. However, if we think we are victims and we do not have enough, we will not be thankful for what we have. You see how a thankful person sees the world differently than a non-thankful person? You ever heard the analogy about a glass of water? It's half full. One person will see the glass of water half full. The other one will see the glass of water half empty. Same glass of water, 2 different world views. The one who sees the glass half full has a good feeling, motivating chemicals released in their minds. One of those chemicals is called dopamine that I mentioned earlier, one of the words you kind of want to get familiar with. Here's an article I found. It says research has found that when we express gratitude, the brain releases a surge of dopamine. So you're probably, what is in the world is dopamine? Glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. Definition of dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter responsible for transmitting signals between the nerve cells of the brain. Dopamine is often called a chemical messenger. It plays a significant role in the body and has a direct impact on our central nervous system. It is also referred to the pleasure chemical. It's the feel-good chemical. There's a key one. You want to remember this one. Dopamine is also present in flight or fight response. Dopamine, here's another one. Dopamine is released when your brain is expecting a reward. Dopamine is the main regulators of motor control and coordination of body movements. Dopamine is very important to survival. Dopamine affects everything from the way we think and move to the way we remember and behave. We all experience dopamine differently, and an imbalance in dopamine levels can be hard to detect, but it can directly influence our health and mental health. As the Bible states in 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 17, that we need to rejoice, pray, and give thanks in all circumstances, because this is the will of God. God always gives us commands that help us in all areas of our lives, even though He does not give us all the whys and why nots. God told us to pray, rejoice, and give thanks because it enables us to see the world accurately, because it produces the right chemicals in our mind for balanced perception. The release of dopamine is a way of survival. We need dopamine to survive in these last days because it prepares us to escape fear and win our end time battle. That's what it's about. We want to see Jesus come back, and we want to be willing participants in the coming great transition. So, as we end this first video, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next video. God bless you, God willing.